Authenticity to the Old Man is everything. We do so much research in telling this story to be accurate to the environments that we're in, to the people we're telling this story about. We want to be true to it. Yes, it's a fiction story, but it should feel like all of this could happen.
When you talk about building our world, we take that very seriously. An essential part of our world is Afghanistan. Once upon a time, we were going to shoot that in Morocco. COVID happened, lots of things happened. And so we found ourselves in Southern California, in the hills of Santa Clarita.
Beyond this point, we would be entering his territory.
When we went back to work, they sort of tricked up Afghanistan and Santa Clarita, California. It turns out it looked great.
Making movies, it's like pulling off a magic trick, right? And we happen to have some wonderful magicians.
The Afghan village that we've constructed in Southern California has been the truest team effort. Giles Masters conceiving and building and polishing this little village that needs to feel like it is a place that when Emily Chase finds it, she understands that this is where she comes from.
I want to know about my mother.
I do a lot of the concept work myself, so I'll design a set with a production sketch. And then from there, I'll create the set in 3D. Whatever the set is, we approach it in the same way. It just needs to feel right, needs to feel real.
You need to call her now.
Yeah.
When I was introduced to my house, my village, we also had some Afghani background actors who were working with us. And everybody who walked on the set, they said, it feels like home.
We have such an exceptional production designer in Giles Masters, updating the village for present day, and especially the battle that takes place in there. We needed to destroy it. There's nothing production designers like more than seeing their sets just getting annihilated.
Baker Mark.
In episode 3, everybody's got a little fighting to do. Emily Chase has her first big action moment in which she becomes Parwana Hamzat in Violence.
You know who I am?
Yes.
All these action sequences, they're very cinematic, so it's a lot of moving pieces, but you have to give it up to our crew and our DP and the first ADs and the directors, and all the stuntmen are amazing.
Dan Chase has another of his fight scenes that Tim Connolly in the stunt department has done such an amazing job through the course of the show of putting together.
The battle sequence in 203, it's the big rescue. Chase and Harper come to rescue Emily from the army and take on an entire village. My role was working closely with our director and legend, Steve Boyum, and we really took the amazing writing and took that and tried to create something that fit the Old Man, but was a bit different. We wanted the chaos and the cuts and the frenetic energy of everything, but still try to keep that grounded realism in it.
We're fortunate to have Tim Connolly as our stunt coordinator, and my dear friend and stunt guy that I've worked with on a few pictures, Tommy DuPont, and it's so much fun working with these guys.
We hired one of the best directors we've ever worked with, Steve Boyum, who has such an incredible background in big set pieces. And we spent 4 or 5 days shooting this sequence with CG helicopters, missile explosions, Humvees getting thrown, massive guns on the back of Humvees. It was awesome to watch.
How much time we have? Not much.
It was something we learned in process, that there was so much gear left behind when the United States left that Taliban soldiers today might be wearing a uniform or gear that was worn by a US soldier a few years ago. It was a nonstop process of educating ourselves, but I think it was also something we wanted to take seriously and avoid sugarcoating in any way.
It's not a spy show. I don't know. It's a human drama. This happens to be the setting where we're going to tell this story, and I think that's what John Steinberg writes so well.
Recreating war is a hard thing, at least for me, especially with the world being at war. It's a weird thing to walk into a fake version of it, but they do make it look as real as possible, so hopefully it holds up a mirror to society.